Okay, trying to get my camera to stay up. Okay, so student teaching is now finally over, and as most everybody else has said, it is a bittersweet moment. I didn't really expect to have that feeling when I was walking out of Lab G, like, wow, this is finally over, but at the same time, it's really exciting to think that the next time I walk into a classroom, it's going to be my classroom, my students, and it's just like a whole first experience of teaching all over again. Because, yes, student teaching is like your first time really getting in there and experimenting with uh, what you want to do as a teacher, but I feel like um, it's almost just as exciting when, you're finally out there on your own doing it for yourself and everything. So I guess that's kind of where I'm where I'm at right now with the whole thing. Looking back on the whole experience, I feel like I've come so far and learned so much. It's kind of embarrassing to even admit that I was so anxious about this whole experience from the beginning, from before even applying to graduate school. Like, I knew that I wanted to teach and work with students and everything like that, but it wasn't until after this semester that I truly feel like I know what I'm doing with my life, and I feel like I know that this is the right place where I'm supposed to be. Like, I was terrified walking into this experience. Um, but now I can say that it's still probably going to be a little terrifying next year. Miss Gross won't be there to turn to when something goes wrong. But I feel like I've been prepared enough for next year to know what I'm doing, at least for the most part. Um, but like I said, looking back over the whole entire experience, there are a lot of things that I have learned, and I'd like to just go over, I guess, a few of those things. First and foremost, my CT was absolutely amazing. I don't think I could have asked to have been paired up with a better cooperating teacher. Whoever gets her in the future is lucky to work with her. You really will learn a lot. The greatest thing about it, working with her, is that she gives you the freedom that you need to uh, do what you need to do as a student teacher. It's your time to experiment and play around with things, and that was the greatest thing. Every single day she would ask me, what did you learn today from teaching? And, at the end of the day, you're kind of like, okay, I survived today, I just want to get home, kind of thing. But she would make me stop and sit and chat with her for however long it would take to just get everything out about how the day went, what I learned, what worked, what didn't, and we just talk about it. And even the day, if we didn't get to it that afternoon, if we had something to do, we would get to it the next day, and I could, throw my ideas out to her. And even if we thought that it wouldn't work, or we were unsure if it would work with a particular group of students, she would say, go for it, do it, and be 100% supportive, which was awesome because if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, because half the time we'd be pleasantly surprised to find out that it did work. And, the times that it didn't work, she would always reassure me saying, every day isn't a perfect teaching day. And that's something I feel like every one of us need to realize. Like, every day is not going to be a perfect teaching day. But that doesn't mean that you're a terrible teacher. And I feel like that was something that I learned from my cooperating teachers, that, you just have to work with what you have, and push your boundaries, go for what you want to go for, and, sometimes you'll be pleasantly surprised and it'll work great. For example, I never expected to use a blog or a wiki this semester at all. Not to say that I don't like them or think that they're great tools for the classroom. It was more that I just didn't think that the group of students that I was working with would take to it very well at all. Like, I just felt like um, I just had a lot of hesitations about using it or bringing it into the classroom. And when I did, I was very, very pleased at how well it went. I plan on using them in the future. You just have to just reach out there sometimes, go out on a limb, and uh, see what you can actually do. What else? The, um, the big thing that I'm also including in this vlog is that my students just finished their short story trailers, which are absolutely amazing. So please click on the link below. Because it was their last final project that they did with me, and it was kind of like a fun project, but I mean, obviously it had point and purpose to it, but it was just kind of like, this is the last week that I'm here, let's do something fun, and I couldn't have asked for better trailers. Like, they were funny, they were scary, because they're based on American Gothic short stories, but they were absolutely great. So I hope you all take a chance to look at them and enjoy them. Which also brings me to journalism. I did a lot more with journalism than I had expected to. I mean, as of now, we see Christiansburg High School has Jordan and Jordan in the Morning, broadcasting every single Friday. And it's a good morning show. Great kids, Jordan and Jordan. And they're doing podcasting projects. They're going to send them to me. I really do enjoy journalism and hope at some point I can work with journalism students again. So I was really grateful for that opportunity as well. I was a little anxious about that too, because I don't have a journalism background at all, but you know, with all the stuff that we've learned this semester, I feel like I was able to adapt and do a lot of cool things with them. Um, Overall, the biggest shock for me this semester was how drastically the relationship I had with fourth block changed. Um, I know Crystal knows so much about this, because at the beginning, every day I was just so afraid of them, so afraid of this class, that I thought that I would never be able to like walk in the next day and be able to handle them or do anything with them. And third block was pretty consistent all around with how well our relationship was, but fourth block definitely was such a great surprise at the end, because they truly had become my class, I felt like. I mean, I understand that being a student teacher, these students are not ever going to be, your class, but I truly felt that way with this class. Like, our bond, we connected very, very well there at the end, and everything that they did every day, I looked forward to teaching them every day. I wanted to work with them every day, even when it was hard. Like, some of the kids in that class were very challenging, were very trying. Um, but even then, when I look back on it, they taught me a lot, and so I'm grateful for every single one of them for being in that class, I guess. I know it's by chance, but uh, I I'm just really gonna miss those kids, and it was the whole experience itself was more than I could have ever asked for. In general, it was an amazing experience, and I'll always look back on it uh, with a smile. And there's so much that I learned that I know that I'm gonna take with me for next year. Like, I feel like bittersweet is just an overused word, but it truly is a bittersweet moment. Um, I just have to thank everyone that helped me this semester with planning my units, because I think that they came out wonderfully. My kids, my mentor, everyone. I'm really going to miss Christiansburg High School, and I am excited for next year, wherever that may take me. I hope everybody else's student teaching experiences were just as great, and it's the final 2 weeks, kids. Count down. We're almost done. Peace out.